I've had another package from Vevor. So far I've reviewed 4 items. This trolley, this dividing head, tilting table and a 6-inch vise. Perhaps you've seen those reviews. Anyway, today I'm going to look at these annular cutters. The way this works, Vevor give me a nudge from time to time and say, look, would you like to review something? And then I pick the things from a catalogue. And so far I've only picked things that I want to use myself, that I need in my workshop. So if you follow the channel, you'll have seen this dividing head used quite a few times. I used it to cut a 42 tooth spline. I used it to drill and tap 24 holes when I was making the balancing ring for the surface grinder. This, you've seen me use that a few times, that tilting table. In fact, you'll see me use it in the next 2 videos, I think. The 6-inch vise I haven't used so much yet because I've not been doing much heavy milling. Now, to be fair, each one of these items has needed a little bit of a tweak. So you've heard me say this many times, the handles are loose on here. Just this, the bit you get hold of, I still haven't looked at that. This tilting table, I had to machine the base because it had a little bit of a rock. The vise is good, but the handle's slightly on the wonk and I need to sort that out. But otherwise, I think they're exceptional, you know, for what you pay for them. I think they're very good value myself. Now, moving on to these. Well, this is what you would pay in pounds, dollars and euros on a straight conversion. I haven't checked the price in America or in Europe, but that's a straight conversion. £149 for this set of annular cutters. Now these I think are going to be very useful to me. So it's the same theme. I only get things that I want for myself that I can use. So what do you think? Whilst we've got this shot set up, I'll show you something I didn't know. Well, there's lots of things I don't know, but on this dividing head, trying to set this tailstock to the right height, there's a hole there, look. Pop that in there, that's the height of it. Clock that to get it level, clamp it up, you're done. I spent ages trying to get the height set on this, but somebody just left a comment and said, oh, you just put it in that hole. Well, there you go. These range from 1 inch to 2 inch. You get 2 separate pins. They're quarter pins, so they're marked as 6.34 millimeters. But the pin on the end, this part, this next part, is about 5.2 millimeters. So you drill a pilot hole and these run through the center. I will show you in a moment. These are for cutting 2 inches deep, that dimension here, and they've got the universal type fixing. So they Vevor offer 2 types, Weldon and this universal. So this is what fits my holder. If you watched my video last week, you'll have seen me using this trepanning tool, which I made out of a piece of scaffolding pipe. The advantage is you can cut that deep with it, and really you can have a length of pipe the size you like. It's just governed by the size of the bed on the lathe. You can flood it with coolant, but it takes a lot of force to use. This is only one size. You'd need several sizes potentially to make up a set. So for a lot of jobs these are much more efficient. You can see, look, how that's cut into there, but it's got a very wide trough. Now what I'm going to do to demonstrate these is to trim that off, and then I'll use a couple of sizes, maybe this one and this one, to make a couple of annular rings. I'll part them off and we'll see how well these cut. Oh, that's a 5-inch chuck, by the way, because these come in 3 sizes, I think. I'll keep this ring, I'll just part it off. When you're a hobbyist, you keep all the bits that you can. We can play the game of part off roulette. You can see I've got the centre in case it jams and tries to pull out of the chuck. This parting blade is slightly off, about 0.3 of a mil. I'll sort that out. May as well have this one as well. You never know when I might need it. Now that's clean and chamfered. I was being quite cautious there, but I didn't want it breaking free and hitting me in the face. Drill this 5.2 for the pilot pin. I think we can go a bit quicker than that, can't we? That way. Well, here's something to watch out for. My original pilot pin, the one I already had, 5.22 that's reading. The ones that come with the Vevor kit, they're both quarter shank, but this narrowed end here, the pilot bit, is 5mm. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, I'm just saying you just have to be measuring to be sure. So I'll just stick with this one because that's the size of the hole I've drilled. So we'll take this 40 out and we're going to use 2 inch and 1 1/4 inch to make concentric rings, and then I'll just part them off just for fun, but you'll see how well they cut, or not, or whatever, because I haven't tried them yet. And I'll use cutting fluid, and I may put the power feed onto the tailstock. So I have a strap which I made which will power the tailstock. We'll see how it stands up to it. We'll do the smaller one first, smaller diameter first. See how we get on with that. Now I may only cut this down to 1 inch or something like that because I don't want to waste material. I think once you see it cutting, that's enough to prove the point. I usually start at drilling speed, and according to my chart, 180 for this size, 1 1/4 inches. So by hand to start with. Is that a bit fast? I'm not sure. It certainly cuts well enough, look. Oh yeah, already. They're super sharp. Well, it seems to be cutting easily enough, so we'll put the power feed on so we can pull the tailstock along from the saddle with this strap. Right, the tailstock driving strap is on. I can no longer use the quill on the tailstock to measure the depth, but I've set a bed stop. I'll just take my gloves off. Okay, well here goes. I've set the power feed on the lathe on the slowest speed, because from experience it really does need to be quite slow. So here goes. You'll hear me engage the lever. Right, we're on. Power feed. It could be a bit quicker, couldn't it, actually? That's a bit too slow. I've doubled the feed. Oh, that's better. Now we'll set up for the 2-inch cut. Now running on heavy loads on the low range is exactly where I would use my oil pump, because if you watched videos a long time ago, you'll know that the splash feed doesn't work on this lathe on the spindle when you're on the low range. So just give it the odd squirt just to keep it lubricated. It will probably be absolutely fine, to be honest, but it was just something I made. Right, here goes. Think, start lathe, check speed, take it up to 90. Cross fingers, bring it up to the cut, lift lever, please, there you go. It's not making very hard work of that, is it? I could probably have a faster feed as well. In fact, I could probably run the lathe a bit faster. That's 100 RPM. I'm tempted to say, "She won't take it, Captain," but that would be that would be a bit silly, wouldn't it? Besides, I can't do a Scottish accent like they have on Star Trek. Scotty. This is going well, isn't it? I'm going to have to stop it to take some of this swarf off. It's just looking a bit dangerous. Fingers. I don't think there's anything wrong with these cutters. Maybe they should add a chip breaker to them. Here we go again. I've dropped the speed to 110. It just seems to be more comfortable at that. And I need to clear some more swarf again. Not long to go now. Almost in an inch. Nearly. 16th. 32nd. Whoops. Stop moving, I think. Hold on. Do the last little bit by hand. Right. We're done. Yep, that's it. You just have to think. Take that away. There you are. So we just part this off now. It's warm but not too hot. I'll take the cutter off for safety's sake. And I'll also disengage the drive on the lathe as well, just to be sure. Both of them, in both places, until I can get that strap off. I'm going to take a risk and power feed this parting off. Cross fingers, stand back. Wait for the crunch. Hold on a minute, that needs clearing. Oh, it's okay. It is jamming a bit, isn't it? Well, it's not clearing fully. Hang on. Now, why is that then? Maybe it needs to be a bit faster, do you think? Faster speed. Try. I don't know. Try and keep my hands on everything. You missed it. You blinked at just the wrong time. Auto feed again. Is it going to clear? Oh, come on. I think so. Sounds like it. Yep. There we go. Well, I think that's a pretty true test of those annular cutters. I haven't taken the sharps off the edge here, so I need to be careful. So I'll put the link in the description to these cutters, but I'll also put in a 5% discount link which you can use on any of the other things. Well, I can't get those bits and my face on the same shot, but I can wave this around. I hope you found that useful. Thanks for watching. You know, this table is just great for me. I've made this wooden top. I think you maybe saw that in a previous video. But just to be able to wheel it around the workshop wherever I want to use it is, you know, I'm not bigging it up. I'm just being genuine. It's absolutely great for me.